I'm trying to come up with a way to tell my America trip story that isn't just boring. I don't know if anyone's going to find this interesting or what. Just know that I went in with no plan. Well, very, very minimal plan. I went in with just like going in, going out from the same airport, 6 weeks apart. I knew I wanted to go visit Chicago, St. Louis, and Colorado. And I didn't know how I was going to get there. I knew I wasn't going to fly, and I was very rarely going to use the train. I wanted to hitchhike, I wanted to walk, whatever. Actually, the plan was to originally just hitchhike the whole way, but you'll see I didn't do that. There's a few like interesting things that did happen while I was out there. For example, I stayed with this. If you know me, you've heard me talk about Dindo before. It's like this Asian dude. He's like 5'3", and he's like does not stop talking, but super sweet, very, very, very religious, and it got me into some interesting situations. Hitchhiking my way to a skydiving appointment, and I ran into a few issues, so stick around to see that. I shot a gun for the first time, a shotgun. I biked 800 miles in about 2 weeks. I went to a Bible camp.
Amen.
And I met this lovely couple that took me in for one night and, you know, fed me and, you know, took care of me basically. A clown came to save me one time. But yeah, that's what's gonna come, and I'm gonna show you videos of what actually went down. A lot of it's in the moment stuff, but then there's also a lot of it where it's just me talking to the camera because I couldn't record all of it. I managed to get a video of me shooting the gun, but I didn't get a video of having encounters with the police. I had a few encounters with the police, didn't really get video of that. One time I nearly got video and I thought I was recording, but I actually recorded the bit before it and then the bit after it, and then I paused it for the bit in between.
Did I not record any of that?
Felt like a right old man. So yeah, that's kind of what this video is going to be. This first one is just going to be sort of my trip to Chicago, coming out of Chicago, and for the reason why I went back to Chicago, and then actually me leaving again. So it's kind of like a convoluted route that I took. That's kind of what this first period is going to be about. I get into Chicago. Flying. I get a connecting flight in Iceland, and after getting lost trying to find my hostel, I go into this fast food place, and the first person I talk to in America is this guy that tries to evangelize me. He's telling me about Jesus Christ, and I'm just trying to eat my food. And, you know, it washing me of my sins and everything while I'm, you know, eating my fast food burger. And then I just think, I'm actually lost. I can't find my hostel. So I just ask these guys, can you have a look online? And like, they have a look. It's like a 2-hour walk. It's already 9 o'clock. It's dark. So I'm just like, can you give me a lift? And I'm kind of umming and ahhing about it. I don't know. But because they're good Christians, you know, good Samaritans, they kind of have to. It's kind of in their religion. So they did take me. Not before evangelising a whole group of women that were on like a hen do or whatever. You know, stopping them while they're eating or while they're waiting for food. And then we leave. We go to the hostel. I spend 4 days in the hostel. Nothing really interesting happens. I kind of just stay in and watch TV. It's only the first 4 days I'm sort of adjusting to American life. Even though it was like mainly British people in the hostel, it seems to be a common theme, all the travellers are British. I did draw a pretty cool picture when I was there. I spent like a whole day on it. I basically just looked around Chicago for a bit. I didn't really spend much money, sort of waiting for the journey to start. I had these 4 nights, so I didn't need to worry about where I was staying or whatever, so just kind of nothing really happened. After Chicago, I decided I was going to leave and I was going to make my way to St. Louis, right? I was going to hitchhike the whole way. So I got the public transport to just outside of Chicago in a place called Money. On the Amtrak there, I wrote a sign saying Champaign, because actually I was going to meet my friend Hallie in Champaign, which is sort of halfway between Chicago and St. Louis.
I've just got off the train. I believe I'm close to a highway on the way to Champaign. Got my little sign, Champaign. Just need to find the highway now. Find a place to set up.
So what I ended up doing, because I'm a moron, instead of just standing there with my sign, and it just felt awkward. It was the first time doing this, I didn't really want to stand there, so I just kept on like walking and walking.
It is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Again, I've got my sign. I'm just walking down the road right now, trying to find a good spot to park up. Hoping to get there before 5 o'clock, maybe, 6, 7 o'clock, but it's a 2-hour ride. See what we can do.
Finally, I was just like, fine, I'm just going to sit up, I'm going to stand here and I'm going to put my hand out. And eventually, a guy called Greg picks me up.
Okay, I've just had my first ride from a guy called Greg. He took me 2 towns towards where I'm going. He said if he didn't have to help his sister move, he would have took me the whole way. Imagine if he was able to take me the whole way. That'd be cool. But hopefully that's the start of getting the momentum going. But this is some good luck. This is It's got my hopes up at least. Just keeping my spirits high. And that's good enough.
You know, just before Greg picked me up, I was sort of losing faith. I kind of thought, I don't know, is hitchhiking going to be sort of a receptive thing in America? Are people going to like that? So I was kind of umming and ahhing about the whole thing, but I was kind of already too deep to sort of quit. So this Greg guy picks me up. He takes me to a place called Peatone, I think it's called. I don't know how you pronounce these words, but he takes me there. He buys me some food. He says, "I'm sorry, I wish I could take you more, but I have things to do." I was just like, "Yeah, that's fine. I've got free food and a gallon of water." I started walking. I set up again just outside of Peatone, I think, and no one's picking me up, so I just keep on walking. I walk all the way through a place called Mantina. Just outside of there is where I got picked up next by one of the most American women I've ever seen. It's like just very, very working class American. Quite fun, very loud. She takes me all the way to a place called Barnabas, right before Bradley and Kankakee. Right, weird ass names, I know, but I think I just couldn't be asked to hitchhike anymore. So I'm just gonna walk. The woman told me that you could get the Amtrak from Kankakee into Champaign, so I was like, I'll just do that. I just start walking. I walk through Barnabas, through Bradley into Kankakee. By the time I get to Kankakee, it's getting dark. That's when I realised Kankakee, and I did get told this by Greg actually. This is when I realised this is like the hood. This is not. It's a dodgy area. It's a dodgy area. You know, you got people like sitting on their porches. You got the raised trucks, and you got like grown men on the little push bikes. That's a sign that you're in a dodgy area. It's the grown men on the little push bikes, right? That's when you're and you're in some weird ass area. So I'm just like, I'm looking around like that, and I get closer to the train station. I look up. There's police lights going on. I'm like, what's that? I'm kind of nosy, so I just kind of go up, because I need to go that way anyways. I go past, and it's just like these two scrawny, it's going to be funny coming from me, but scrawny, white, crackhead looking kids, like homeless looking, about 25ish. Guy's got real long blonde hair, and the girl literally just looks like a crackhead. And the police is talking to him for whatever reason, and I don't know, none of my business. So I keep on walking. I go around the corner, literally around the corner from that. This big truck squeals around the corner, comes past me, slows down, and this black guy rolls down his window and he goes, "Brah, brah, brah." I'm like, oh shit, oh. Yeah, I'm kind of like shitting myself, genuinely shitting myself, because it's actually getting dark. Oh, like about to get dark. I'm like, just get to the train station, just get to the train station. Keep on walking, I keep on walking, I keep on walking. I'm probably going for like another 45 minutes. It's really starting to get dark. I find the train station. There is no way of buying a ticket out the train station. No way. It's literally just a bench. Bear in mind, these are double-decker trains that have like 10 carriages. It's literally just a bench. It's 10 to 9 at night, and I'm waiting for a train. It doesn't get here till 10:30. I had one more ride. It lasted about 2 minutes, and I had to walk all the way from there to wherever the hell this is. It's called Kankakee. It's called Kankakee. From what I can see, it looks like the hood. But I've got like an hour and 40 minutes until the train gets here, and my shoulder is killing. If I wasn't able to get a train ticket, I would have had to just. You can't buy a ticket here. You have to do it online. I would have had to find somewhere to sleep out here in a dodgy neighbourhood. The people that gave me rides told me like, keep your belongings close to you here, because like keep an eye out. It's dodgy. Waiting. This is the drawing I did. Got that done almost just in one day. Pretty trippy. So what could have been a 2-hour train ride has turned into 9.5 hours of it was peaceful. It was definitely peaceful. I think if I stood towards the car and like showed my sign and put my thumb out more, I would have got more rides. I just kept walking. And like every so often turning around and putting my sign out. I was just being lazy. I don't know, it felt unproductive to stand there. Anyways,
I'll let you know when the train gets here. Bye.
I'm just kind of chilling. I messaged my friend because I don't have data at this point. I can only use Wi-Fi, so I couldn't book a train ticket. So I messaged my friend who lives in Champagne. I'm like, can you book me a train from Kankakee like right now? She books me it. It's coming in like half an hour. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. So I'm chilling. I just sit down. I get comfortable. I drink my water. I have like I don't even know if I have snacks, to be fair, but I have my water. And this homeless dude comes up to me, and he sits down. He's like, "Oh, what's up, brother? I'm not a bad guy. I'm just down on my luck, and I'm a good Christian man. I just need a bit of dosh." I'm like, "Dude, I'm sorry, I don't have any cash." Oh, actually, no. I had like $2 in my bag, so I'm like, "Here's $2. That's the best I can do. That's all the cash I have." He leaves. He says, "Thank you, brother. God bless." That's fine. Then my friend Hallie messages me, "The train's been delayed by like an hour." I'm like, you know what? An hour and a half wait. It's not that bad. It's really not that bad. In this hour, another homeless guy comes up to me, different guy, and he's like, "Yo, bro, can I get some money?" I was like, "Oh, sorry, mate. I just gave my last $2 to this other guy." He's like, "What? You don't have any money?" I was like, "Nah, I'm sorry, mate. I don't have any money." He was like, "Well, you've literally got no money. I'm literally homeless." And I was just like, "Nah." I don't know what to tell you. I don't have any money. And then he does like his whole shtick to the couple behind me, in like a truck behind me. He goes and he's like talking to him down the window, and the guy literally just goes, "Mate, fuck off," and just puts his window back up, and then the guy like fucks off. He actually goes past me. He walks over the train tracks and just goes about his day. And actually, no, I see him on the other side of the train tracks. He's like banging on this door for a pub. It looked like an Irish pub or something like that. The door swings open, and I just hear the woman go, "Fuck off! You're here every day. Just fuck off." Obviously with like an American accent. Yeah, they were like threatening to tell the police or whatever. So this guy leaves, and then my friend messaged me again. It's been delayed by like 2 hours or something like that. It basically, I can't remember how many times it gets delayed, but it's not going to get there till like 11:30, which means I won't get into Champagne till like 12:30. Something stupid like that, like real late into the night, which means I'm going to be in this dodgy ass area till 11:30, which was like a 3-hour wait or something like that. And I didn't know if the train was going to get cancelled, because it kept getting delayed and delayed. There's a chance it's just going to get cancelled. What would have happened if what if it just got cancelled? You know what I mean? I would have just been stuck in this area. It was like, I don't even know, it was probably like a 2-hour drive. And my friend didn't drive. I would have been kind of screwed. Anyways, train comes. I get to Champagne. I spend a few days in Champagne. I basically don't do anything. I don't even go to the college. I just kind of sit around drinking Dunkin' Donuts, coffee, and eating Panda Express, watching TV. I didn't really do much. I was just kind of there when she woke up and there when she got back. I think it was a bit much for her because she was just starting college. Sorry, Hallie, if you're watching this. we decided it was best that I left early because I wasn't really doing anything and I was just kind of getting in the way, if I was honest. She's like, you know, you can stay for the next day or two whilst you figure things out. That's fine. So I leave the apartment, the flat, I leave the dorm, and I go walking around Champagne, and I'm kind of thinking like, what do I do? I'm looking at like Indianapolis, I'm looking at St. Louis, how to get there and stuff like that. So I was just kind of coming up with a bit of a plan. Didn't really come up with much. And then I sit on this bench and I'm just drawing away, and this Asian fella sits next to me, and he's talking to his like colleagues or whatever, and I could hear him under my earphones. They were talking about church or something like that. They were like, come to Bible study on Friday, blah blah blah. Then their conversation ends, the other two leave, and it's just this Asian guy next to me. And he turns to me and he looks at my drawing and he's like, oh, what are you doing? And I was just like, oh, I'm just messing around drawing. And we got chatting, and it turns out he was going to Chicago like a day or two later, which was bang on the timeline that I needed. And I figured going back to Chicago while I figure things out will actually be better for me, because I could get like a hostel for $25 a night, which is, I don't know the translation to pounds. I think it's like 18 quid or something like that for one night in a hostel. Whereas if you book a hotel, obviously it's going to be like $100. I'm like, yeah, I'll just ask him, can I come to Chicago with you guys? And he's like, I'll get back to you, I'll get your number and everything.
It's just crazy, because I was sat on that bench like just thinking, what am I going to do for 7 days? What am I going to do? And then this guy just comes out of nowhere and says, you know, he didn't even know that I had to leave tomorrow. He just happened to be leaving tomorrow and was like, yeah, you can come along.
It's kind of, I hope this is interesting. So he sorts us out the lift. We meet up the next day, and he's like, let's talk about Jesus. I was like, fine, if I can get to Chicago for free, I'll talk about Jesus. And he does this thing called the bridge diagram. I won't bore you with the details. I've heard the bridge diagram at least 15 times, and I was only with him for 4 days. I know it in detail. I'm not religious. He says the lift is sorted for the next day. So I tell my friend I'm leaving the next day. It's actually kind of hard to just like tell a story for half an hour straight. So I go meet this Dindo, walk from the dorm to the car. It was like a half an hour walk. I get to the car and they were like, how did you get here? And I was like, I walked here. And they were like, you walked here?
Hello. Hi there, George. Can you open the door, George?
Yes.
There you go. Wow, you were just walking, George?
Yeah.
Wow, alright. Alright, this is Zach.
Nice to meet you.
And then this is Alyssa. You remember Alyssa?
I do.
He was gonna meet us at 1404 Kirby.
Oh wow, you
Yeah.
were.
Yeah.
It must have been a hike from where you walked at.
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why
You
is
walked. You walked from your friend's apartment.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess British people like to do that. In America, we love our cars.
Oh, you guys had anything to eat?
All right, and this is everything you got, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're a light packer.
He is. He's a light backer.
I don't know what. Just let her open the door. Just
Because
don't yank them open.
it seems like you have a child lock here.
Yes.
Right? That's what I said. That's what I said. I said, Zach, it doesn't open. You go and open the door. Yep. And your stuff in the trunk.
Yeah. Let me try.
George. And then we're just grabbing our stuff out. Okay?
Yep.
Oh boy. All right. You can put it deep in there if you don't mind.
Let's do it.
All right. Let's try doing that. Unless you want something from here.
That's fine.
That's cool. All right. I was hardcore Celsius metric guy until I moved here like 5 years ago, and I'm like now completely like
Oh no.
imperial or English units. It's it's not fun, but
Anyways, we drive for the next 2 hours, maybe 2.5.
You want to say hello?
hello. Welcome to Illinois. Well,
Do you guys want to say hello to the camera?
Hi, George. Welcome to Illinois and to America.
Hey.
Get to Chicago. Chicago. When I'm back in Chicago.
welcome to Chicago, mate.
So I was actually back in Chicago. When I'm back in Chicago. He drove us. And actually on the drive there, Dindo offered me to come stay at his place for 4 days. And I was kind of like, I don't know. I said to him, I don't know, I'll let you know at the end of the ride. Because I literally just met this dude and the only interaction I've had with him is, can you take me to Chicago and do you want to talk about Jesus Christ? And now it's, come stay with me for 4 days. So I was just kind of like, you know what? He's like 5'3". He's kind of decrepit. Sorry, Dindo. He's old. He's actually quite healthy, to be fair, for his age. He's quite agile, but not as agile as me. You know, I could. What I'm saying is, I could defend myself if I needed to. The only thing I'd worry about is him like poisoning my food or whatever, or like molesting me in my sleep before I can do anything. I don't know. But I just want to preface, Dindo has a beautiful soul. He's like an amazing dude. Super, super forgiving, super tolerant, very talkative, very kind. He's like one of the most well-connected people I have ever met in my life. Yeah, so every day, at least, so like twice a day, he would call up a different person every time and be like, can you come take us somewhere? And they would drop everything they're doing to come drive me and Dindo around from like the church to an art museum or something like that. And they would just do it. It'd be like an hour and a half drive, and they would just do it. So, anyways, we get to Chicago. We go to this Bible house, they call it. It's just like a small church, very informal, just casual. And I get to meet a couple of people. That's where I get to speak to Alyssa properly, and I meet this guy called Marcos. My car's getting kind of steamy because I'm talking so much shit, but move on. So yeah, go to the Bible house, meet people.
Just do it while you just point at us.
Is it recording? Yeah.
Yeah, it's recording. I'll take a screen grab of it.
So, you want us to say something on your recording?
If you want to.
Joy.
What do you want to say?
I'm the driver.
Alright.
Well, just do a photo.
Just take a photo.
All right.
Alright.
3, 2, 1. Cheese.
Jeez.
There we go.
Alright.
There we go.
Hopefully I got a good shot.
Alright, take a look.
No worries.
And oh yeah, at this point I had decided I'm gonna go stay with Dindo. You know what? I'm just gonna do it. This whole thing is about being open to new experiences. Let's just do it. So I say yes to 4 nights with this dude before I even know him. After the Bible house, this guy, I think he's called Dylan, takes us to his house. It's like an hour and a half drive.
Do you know why it's called Lakeshore Drive, George?
No, what?
It's a road along Lakeshore.
Still in Chicago. Crazy. You can drive for an hour and a half and still be in Chicago. We go to his house. I help him move some boxes into his house. No, it wasn't a house. It was like a kind of like an old people's home. But he was the same age as all the other old people, but he was so much more full of life and so much more agile. He could move around. He was lifting things, whereas all the other old people were sat around this one table, and they were kind of like this, and you know, like the whole time, and like playing poker or whatever, or just sat there doing nothing. I don't know, eating dates and stuff like that. Whereas he's like running around basically. So now we're at Dindo's place. Considering I just met this dude and I know nothing about him, I walk in and like, I don't want to talk shit about his place because I love Dindo, I know him now. But at the time I was just like, oh shit. Because there was canned food. There was no like open food, but there was canned food everywhere. There was just clutter everywhere. It's very dusty. I'm allergic to dust. And it had like a really weird smell. I couldn't really put my finger on it. It's kind of like chemically. Turns out he had buckets of fertilizer just lying around. He had one in his shower that I had to move when I went for a shower. I don't know. Because he had his own little garden, which is really quite sweet, to be fair. Yeah, he loved his little garden. He just would not stop going on because he grew food for the other people and for his church and stuff like that. So every morning he'd go out and do that. So there was one time where we said we was leaving at like 9:30 in the morning, and it was getting really close. And I was like, Dindo's a very punctual person. I know that by now. I'm just gonna go check on him in the garden. And I went out and I was like, hey Dindo, how you doing? I'll show you the video.
Morning, Dindo.
Hey, good morning.
Hey.
You're awake.
I am.
All right, so you're ready to go?
I am.
Okay, what time is it?
It's about 9:15.
9:15?
Yeah, 15.
Yikes!
Yeah.
Oh, I spent too long. But yeah, I found more cucumbers. Did
Oh,
you
yeah?
see it there? On the bottom? The bottom, right there.
Oh yeah.
More cucumbers that were hiding. And I said, I better grab them before they rot, you know,
Yeah.
on the vine because it was hidden. Yeah. So, all right. Okay, I'll just take care of the rest later. Okay. Yeah, I did. Did you already eat something?
I'm just gonna grab a croissant now. I'll meet you back at the flat.
Yeah.
All right.
You left it open, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. You didn't eat the croissant yet?
No.
Okay, I'm coming.
Okay.
He'd been out there for like 3 hours and it's just like his thing. Time just flew by. It was really sweet. I can't keep a story straight, can I? Right, let me go back to his room. His room, his house, his apartment. So I'm in his apartment. It smells weird. It's damp. I don't know. It's funky. I go to sleep. I wake up. I'm like, oh, still here. I'm not home. We get ready. He says we're going to church. Fine. It was a Sunday, I think. We pack up our stuff. We go to church. It was like a majority Asian church. At this point, I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't realise. It makes sense that it's a thing, but I just sort of, I don't know. I never put Asian and Christianity together. I don't know, I guess I'm ignorant. I'm walking in, I'm meeting people, blah blah blah. Sat down, I'm listening to these lectures and stuff like that. Turns out it's actually live streamed, so I got a clip of me in the live stream, and I made sure to turn around for the camera. It just makes for a funny clip. Why am I in just some random Sunday service in Chicago for Asian people? I don't know. In this church is actually where I met little Sarah. I met little Sarah in this church, which was one of the people that, along with Dindo, pushed me to go to the Bible camp, which we'll get to. That'll be the last thing. They invited me to this Bible camp. I was kind of like, oh, I don't know. It was at the very last few days of my trip. So I was kind of umming and ahhing about whether to do it or not. Now we're getting on to some of my favourite moments with Dindo. Genuinely, some of my favourite moments of all time. I won't necessarily want to go back to it, but I'm so glad I got it on camera. He took me to these art museums because I told him I was into art and stuff like that. And the whole time, he never caught on to the fact that I was just pointing my camera at him, because the art itself is, you know what art looks like, you know what modern art and all that crap looks like. So his reaction was so much better than just recording the artwork, because like I'd just be recording him like that. And like I'll show you the video now of this table. He thought it was just some modern art where it's just like a table and that's it. He was just gonna move along. I looked over and the table had this picture in the middle, this moving picture, and it was of an intestine. I'll show you the video now.
That's what it is.
Oh, look. It's not just a table. It's a video.
Oh, it's a video.
Yeah.
The plate is a video of food.
That looks like
Right?
digestive system.
I don't know. It looks like something sweet.
I think that's someone's
Really?
intestines, yeah.
Intestines? Oh.
Looks like a
Oh.
colonoscopy.
Yikes. Yikes. That's
Yeah,
gross.
no, that's
It would be better. It's just
Right.
more like different types of cuisine from all over the world.
yeah, that's someone's intestine.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I'm just trying to picture what the video is like. Yeah, so that's just like an example. His reactions were so much better than the artwork. Like, he loved to laugh about the fact that one of the pieces was literally just a box and it was just covered in shattered glass. Ah! Ah! I don't like just talking and talking. I'm not someone who just talks. Yeah. Just his like mannerisms were so funny. Like, he would just stand with his hands behind his back. Or when he would read things, he would like freeze. He would like completely freeze. His mouth would be open, and he would just make little noises. Another thing about him, he had to have ointment on his, I think it was his right hand. It might have been his left. So he had just a blue nylon glove on the entire time we were around the art museums. It's fair enough, like, you gotta do what you're gonna. I just thought it was funny that he just had a blue glove on one hand the whole time. He's just, I don't know, he would say things that were just wrong, like blatantly wrong, but in a funny way. Like, we went to this one piece, I don't know what it was about because I was just blown away by what he just said. It was like this art piece of a black dude, and he walks up to it and he goes, "Oh, that looks like a Barack Obama." I'm like, no, I don't think it is.
What is this supposed to be? It looks like Barack Obama, right?
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
Just another thing you'll see, he has his bag on it on the front. That's just an American security thing. They make you sit with your backpack on your front. So he was just walking around with a blue glove on and a backpack on his front. It just looked funny.
What do you call that? Like Star Wars trying to fight, and it looks like suicide bomber.
So do you?
Yeah, but his has got a dynamite.
He was just like very weirded out by a lot of this modern art stuff. There was one where all the sounds were made by rubbing sheep's skin together.
So it's sound sheepskins.
What?
Yeah, it's a video of sheepskins. Skins of sheep. Wow. What? All of that are sheepskins? Wow, that is strange.
I think he might be on some drugs.
Wow. Those are sheepskins. Wow. Wow, so weird.
Yeah.
Weird. I think it's better, like for me, the classical, the Art Institute.
Two more things about him before we move on. Going around the art museums again, his phone, for some reason, the ringtone was set to the same tone as an alarm. So we was walking around and it sounded like he had an alarm going off. I was like, "Oh, Dindo, you've got an alarm going." And he was like, "No, it's just a phone. It's just the phone going off." Sort of like pushed it aside.
Wow. I like that light as well. Chandelier.
You like that kind of chandelier?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think an alarm's going off.
Oh yeah, that's a phone. I like the arch windows. Yeah. And I like the chandelier. Oh, we were here yesterday.
It was.
Yeah.
Was there anything down there that was closed?
He just let it go. We're going around this quiet museum. And there's just an alarm sound going off for like a whole minute, and he just didn't care. Last thing, we went down this historical part. I think it was like Haitian or something like that. I think it's from Haiti. Artwork from there, and he was just going on about how it's basically just witchcraft, and anything from that period is basically just witchcraft, and it's like the work of Satan or whatever. I was just like, all right, didn't know.
It's almost like one of those monster movies. See, Haitian, yeah, witchcraft stuff, witchcraft. It's called Waters of the Abyss, Spirit and Freedom. So he's a Haitian artist. Wow. She's Roman Catholic, so see, voodoo. It's a Haitian religion, witchcraft, really. Wow. You gotta write also. If you're gonna become a popular artist, you gotta write stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
You see it? They always have some biography. Right?
Oh no! One more thing is, whenever he would look at stuff, he would have to like touch it. He would have to go, and then this, he'd have to like touch it like that. He couldn't just like look at it. He had to be like, and then this, because this. He's like touching stuff, like almost touching it, not quite touching it.
Now this is more interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Right. Interesting art, right?
Okay,
Where they put shells, right?
Yeah.
Seashells, right? Very intricate, see? All the shells. And what's that supposed to be? An island or something?
Yeah.
An island in the sea? Right. This is neat. What is this supposed to be? Wow, it took a lot of work, right?
Yeah.
To put all those
Must have
shells.
took a lot of time.
a lot of time to put the shells and different. Wow. Wow, and then very, very detail oriented. Wow. A castle, right? Yeah. A castle like you would find in Europe, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They have castles like this, right? And that's the entrance, but it's a mirror. So what it is a paper mache shells, made of shells, crystals, glass, resin, copper. It's a side of a Haitian mountain, underwater cave. Right, it's neat.
Yeah.
Oh wow, this one is really very delicate, right?
Yeah.
You just put rain here, it's gonna destroy it. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Look, it's so... And then glass. That's better use of glass than that other one.
The one that was on the floor.
The bottle, whatever that was, cup on the floor, they was just breaking it with a piece of sheet.
100%.
What is that? Okay. And then this one, stairwell and landing areas to promote community and social life among residents. Oh, this one, I haven't seen this one. Because it's dangerous, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, there's no railing.
This needs to be a railing or some support. Because how else is the, you know what I mean? Yeah, that one I haven't seen that one. But I've seen the others because they're thinking of the stairwell and landing to promote community and social life. Wow. So that one, I haven't seen that one.
I'd live in this one, I think. I think it'd be nice and cheap.
Yeah.
But then
And this one.
You'd have all the space to meet people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yes. They made it so that there's a courtyard, right? And instead of filling it up with parking spots.
Yeah.
Right. This is probably a bench. This is probably a bench, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then tree. Yeah, no, it's good. I like this. Yeah. I like this idea. And then they have the balcony, right?
Yeah.
What is that supposed to be? A slide? Huh? It doesn't make sense. Why would you have a slide?
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't make sense. And this one is supposed to be, string for your laundry.
Yeah.
Right? To dry up.
Yeah.
And what is this supposed to be? Oh, the rooftop garden, right?
Yeah, the rooftop garden.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
this.
you'd like
I
that,
like
wouldn't
this
you?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where I can just take the elevator, there must be an elevator somewhere here, and then go up to the top floor and then, do garden.
Then you'd have a nice view while you're doing the garden.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Garden. Although, my question is, how do they do it so that the water doesn't, you know what I mean, too much weight in here? They must have to do it so that it comes out, on the side of the building, right? Because if it goes there, it's too weighty. Eventually, it will destroy, right, the concrete, right?
Yeah.
That's what it is with water. There must be a way to do that. But yeah, and then the bike rack is here. Where's the space for the cars, George?
That's a very good question. This is America. After all.
This is America. You need a parking lot, right?
I don't see one anywhere.
Right? Yeah. There's something missing here, and it's the parking.
Yeah.
Because you need to have parking lot, right?
Yeah.
We're not like Europe, where we love to walk. No, I like this idea. Yeah.
So then, coming to sort of the end of my time with Dindo, I was kind of getting a little bit sick of him. Sorry, Dindo, if you're watching this again. He just does not stop talking, and it's usually about Jesus. So I would go to colleges with him and watch him evangelize people and just say the same thing over and over again. Just always talking about the Bible. I kind of had enough. I just said, Dindo, I'm just going to go to the library. I went to the library and I started watching, I think it was Death Note on my phone, just on Netflix, because I just had it downloaded. And I just fell asleep while I was doing it. I was just knackered from just listening to him. So we met up again later on, and I told him I went for a nap. And then he just bollocked me. He just had a go at me for being lazy. He was just like, I would wake up late. It was like 9 o'clock, which to some people is late, but he would get up at like 6. And then I'd go out during the day, but then I had a nap. And he was like, oh, you're 19, you can't be having naps. I had a bit of a joking spirit to it, but I knew he was being serious.
You won't accomplish much. And you see, you were even yawning in the train, remember? And then you were taking a nap. And then when I sent you from UIC food court to go to the library, you said, oh, Dindo, I took a nap. I couldn't believe you.
I needed a nap.
Huh?
I needed a nap.
You needed a nap because you've been inactive.
Because I've been inactive.
But if you were active, you wouldn't need a nap. So what are you gonna do?
I think I'll just do it when I get to Champagne.
You'll just do it at Urbana?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, I'm 19. I don't. My natural state of waking up would be like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Even if I went to bed at 10. Sort of the last things that we did. Oh, when he was evangelizing, actually, I met this guy called Jacob, and he actually came to the Bible camp. He was one of the only people who came to the Bible camp that I met outside of that. And it was funny because I actually ended up watching him get baptized. Not something that usually happens when I meet people. Yeah, just sort of finishing it off. Me and Dindo took one of them little sunset boat rides out onto the big lakes, and you just got to see Chicago, from the skyline. Yeah, so we saw the skyline of Chicago, and while we was out there, I went down the stairs and I was just sort of a bit closer to the water, and then this massive gust of water came up, just drenched me from the knees down. Just kind of pissed off. I didn't have many sets of clothes really. Ending it off with Dindo's little story. For now, we do meet again, but we say goodbye. He gives a little speech to the camera. I'll show you that now.
Sure. Yeah, George, it was great meeting you, and I pray that you have safe journeys. You have make some memorable moments throughout your journeys here in the United States, and pray that you we would see each other again. All right?
Cool.
Okay.
And we go about our ways. Now it's time for me to get the Flixbus. There's a bit of an issue with the Flixbus. I tell it in the video, but just in case I didn't tell it very well. Basically, I wait in line in this stanky place where it's just like, I don't know, everyone there just seems like a dick, and it's like every man for themselves. No one, even the staff, don't give a shit whether you get on that bus or not. And I'm waiting in this line for like an hour. I'm waiting on number 5 to get to Effingham. I'm waiting. The line starts to move down. I move down with it, right? Get to the end of the line. Get to the doorway, right? Get to the doorway. It's the same time as when my bus is setting off. Pretty much, give or take a minute, right? I'm like, right, it's time to get on the bus. I literally asked the staff which line to get in. They said, go in number 5. I get to the end of the line. I'm getting ready to go on the bus. I show the guy my ticket. And he's like, this is the wrong line. I was like, I'm sorry, I got on the wrong line. Like, I got told to go on this one. Which bus is my bus? I said it in a polite way, right? This guy was like, I don't know. I was like, what do you mean you don't know? Which bus do I get on? And he was just like, I don't know, speak to that woman over there. I'm like, okay, fair enough, you don't know. So I go to this woman, I was like, which bus do I get on? And she's like, oh, it's that one. I look and the bus is literally pulling out. He's like pulling out. I go to the guy, can I go on? Can I go on? I've already paid like $47 or something like that. And the guy goes, what do you mean? He just looks at me and goes, the bus driver did that to me. I was like, so I guess it's just every man for himself. Maybe I should have just ripped the door open and he would have been fine with it. He was like, oh, fair enough. Fuck off. Right, anyways, I have to order a new bus. I think that bus actually was like $17. I had to get a new bus that was $47. It was some shit like that. So I had to go walk to where I think it was a Greyhound bus could pick me up. No, not Greyhound. Might have been a Greyhound. Completely besides the point. Boring. So I go to this new spot where this new bus can pick me up. It doesn't look like a bus stop. There's no bench. There's no sign. There's no sign saying bus stop, right? It's just a piece of road. There's one other guy with his suitcases and shit. I'm looking on the maps and it says it's right here. Okay, it's right here. It does turn up. It does turn up. So I just wait here. I'm like, okay, this must be the point. And I ask the guy, like, is this where the bus comes? He's like, yes. So the bus comes. We're on the bus for a while. We get to Effingham. All's fine. I'm just about $47 down what I should have been because of them stupid. I just looked at my notes now. There was actually a bus to Champagne. Then I got a connecting thing, an Amtrak from Champagne to Effingham. That sounds right actually. So then in Effingham was alright. It just looked like every other town. It was the first town I'd been in outside of Chicago, which is obviously not a town. It was the first American town I'd really been in.
I feel like I'm in some sort of model town set. Do you know what I mean? Like in what's it called? When in Beetlejuice, when he has the model set of the town, I feel like this is that town. The freight trains that go across the country are so long. Like, I genuinely think I saw one that had like going on 70 carriages. 70 carriages, and they are so loud as well. You can't hear anything other than the train when it's going past. Hey, actually there's a button over here.
Wait. Maple Street.
Wait.
One sign is under cross.
Yeah, in Chicago there's no buttons. Oh, okay, I can go. There's no buttons for crossings. You just wait until it's your turn to go. Look at this. Counts down. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. Counts down how long you've got to cross the road. That freight train's still going from like 5 minutes ago when I walked past. I feel like this is if an American went travelling through the UK and just like was walking through a council estate and you're like, what the hell are you doing here? And they're like, oh, I'm just travelling in a council estate.
I arrive at the hotel. The woman asked me for like my registration number for my car, which is apparently a very common thing when it comes to booking a hotel. I didn't realise that this was the first time, and I was like, oh, she asked me for my driver's license as well. I was like, oh, I've got my passport, and she's like, oh, well, I need a driver's license. I was like, oh, sorry, I don't have it on me. I didn't bring it. And she was like, oh, you can't be driving without a driver's license. So I said, oh, I didn't drive here. And she was just like, well, how did you get here? I was like, I walked. And she just went, she just was not happy with me. I don't know, maybe I wasn't being very polite, I don't know. To set up tomorrow, I'm going to wake up in Effingham. I'm going to wake up, I'm going to get some food. I'm going to wake up at 6:30 in the morning. I'm going to wake up, I'm going to get some food, and I'm going to hitchhike to Greenville. Greenville has an airfield. You're thinking what I'm thinking, right? So, I have an appointment, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I spent like 250 quid, I think it was. Maybe 300 quid. And I didn't have a big budget, by the way. So I spent a lot on this. At 4 o'clock to go skydiving. So I had to get from Effingham to Greenville between 6:30 and 4 o'clock. It was like an hour drive, which meant I had to get a ride because it would have been about a 20-hour walk. So I literally wouldn't have made it if I had to walk. In the next chapter, episode, whatever, you're going to see how I get from Effingham to maybe go skydiving. No spoilers. I run into a few mishaps.
I don't know what to do anymore. Oh, okay. I didn't realise that was there. That pretty much describes me right now.
I lose hope. I lose hope a couple of times, and I think that this whole thing is a shamble, and I should have just gave up. I should have never done this. You'll see. You'll see. Alright. That's all for part 1. I hope this has been comprehensible. I hope it's been fun and I haven't been very boring, because I watched the last one that I did and it was just so boring, and I just couldn't stand to listen to myself. I know it's kind of hard to listen to yourself talk, especially when I've been doing this for an hour. I can see I've been talking for an hour. And you know, to watch your man, no one cares. Goodbye. This is the end of chapter 1. Alright. Bye.
Like his house is literally always open to
That's brilliant.
What?
That's good. That's really good.
And then it's 1,000 faces of different Chicagoans that lived at that time.
Oh, okay.
They're just regular Chicagoans come, and then after so many minutes of the picture, in the middle of their mouth, as if then a fountain comes out. So yeah, all right, let's go.